Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have just a few notes to pass on to the board and the public. The park restrooms are scheduled to reopen for the season on Thursday, March 13th, due to the holiday on Good Friday. And the first day of trout season, I believe, is April 15th this year. I do have some additional rock lining that we have to place over there in conjunction with some drainage that we've done over near that pavilion. We'll do that at a time when it's a little bit drier over there. We probably have another 10 to 12 square yards of R4 rock lining to put in the drainage swell that we established. But it's functioning. The area is not a swamp anymore. So I want to pass that along. Also wanted to let you know that we've updated the park event signs out here in the park, and they reflect the events that are planned for the park this season. One other point of discussion I have for the board tonight is we've been in contact with the build engineer for JB Bay. They have section 55B, which is over near the Laurel Hill area. They have expressed interest in using several roads for haul roads, one of them being Highland Drive, which is on the capital program this year. If in fact they intend to use that, we'll have them post a bond for that road, and they've also made inquiry with regard to temporary construction access to the construction area just off of Proccio Road there.
Wait, post a bond, just on a state allowance?
Pardon me?
You're just using that allowance, like $12,500?
Well, that road's already badly deteriorated.
Well, they're gonna ruin it then if they use it as a haul road for the beltway.
What would the board like us to get from them? That's why I'm asking.
That's a private company, right?
It is.
Did they get the bid already?
They have.
Well, I mean,
They've been given a notice to proceed, which was effective by February 16th.
well, when Rage comes in or somebody like that, they say, hey, we'll use the road, we'll crush it, but then we'll restore it, we'll rebuild it. Will they do that?
At this point, Mr. Chairman, they have made inquiry with regard to several roads over there. They haven't positively identified which roads they intend to use. So we're working with them right now, trying to get some idea of which roads they intend to use to haul on. At that time, once we know, then
But you got to talk to them about fixing the road.
right.
Not just posting a bond. That's so insufficient.
Okay, we'll do that.
Bill,
We'll do that. We'll let them know.
Bill, I have a question. When do they Turnpike? Is that who's doing the work?
Yes, JB Phase 1 and 4, the Turnpike.
When do they anticipate starting?
They've already received a notice to proceed. So one of the things that Corey Shields was making inquiry with us about is what we thought was the best access for them to get their steel into that corridor up there for the bridge going over 980. My recommendation to him was to come off of 4-lane 50 and go up Rising Road. It'll be on a low buoy. He's aware of the height restriction on the overpass up there. That's probably his best bet for turning a 60-foot girder on a flatbed out to that area. So, but again, these are all preliminary plans. I believe there's a community outreach and education meeting planned for this coming Thursday at 6 o'clock over at the Midway Volunteer Fire Department. At that time, the Turnpike, basically the CM team for that project will be out there to provide more information to the public and municipal officials.
Well, if you start getting resistance on that, them from building that road, would you let us know right off the bat before you go any further with it?
I will.
I have a couple of questions, Bill, if you can answer them. You say they're starting February, or they started?
They were given a notice to proceed. They're out there surveying right now, and they're doing some clearing and grubbing.
How long is it going to take?
This project over there?
Yeah, on Highland Road.
Oh, I don't think their completion for that section over there is until 1919, the end of 1919.
You don't think what?
I don't believe the completion date for that leg of the project is until November of 1919.
1919?
Or, I'm sorry, 2019. 2019.
I wonder, I'm so confused.
You were only 7 at that time, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, if it's going to be a 2-year project, I'm just wondering, I guess we really have to do the improvements to Highland Road so they can destroy it again.
No, we're not gonna do the improvements of that. We have other roads that we can,
Well, I thought you said we were doing them now, that's on the,
right. We didn't know at the time that we put this together that they had intended to do that. Now, they still haven't positively said that they intend to use that road or would like to use that road as a haul road. They've given
okay,
us,
so help me, because I've forgotten. The contracts A, B, C, and D is Highland Road on one of those contracts.
yes,
So,
yes, it's on B, contract B.
So we can take it off.
We can take that off. We have other roads. There's a road nearby that wouldn't impact the contractor.
okay,
Mongai Hill, which is the backside of Grange, from Propio down to Rising Road, we could address the issues on that road. There's
okay,
a slope plane on that road, so we have other areas.
thank you.
You're more than welcome. That concludes my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Joe? Anything good?
Yes, I believe you have a copy of the engineer's report. Just a couple of things I want to point out here on the report. Windsor Woods Planned Residential Development Phase 4 infrastructure is nearly complete and home construction will begin soon. Muse Elementary School, work on the site is substantially complete. The architect has been contacted regarding the school street work and the secondary access off Lake Road. The meeting will be held.
Joe, back up for a second.
Sure.
I know we asked Dan at our last meeting about the second road, about talking to the school district about a second access to the school.
Right.
Has that come up?
I think that's the purpose of that meeting, Cindy, so I'll verify that whether we get that.
Yeah, and make sure that we really stress, I was recently at a PFO meeting and that was a question that came up and it was a very serious concern by parents of children who will attend the school. They really felt that one access way would not be sufficient.
Okay, we'll check into that and get back to you.
Could we be made aware of the date of that meeting?
Yes.
Somebody here can attend it?
Yes, we can let you know.
Thanks, Joe.
I think they're working on the MS4 permit. A status report has been provided with the anticipated work for 2017. We're working on that. And you awarded the road program, you awarded the West End Bridge, and then the township met with facility due for implementation of the asset management program. That will work with the GIS data and the cloud to provide mapping needed to properly get an inventory of the assets in the township. So, unless any questions?
Any questions from Joe? Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Out on the solicitor's reports?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this was our first month representing the township, and thank you, the board, for the opportunity. I think we got ourselves settled in and are on top of all the pending matters. As was mentioned earlier, we met with the board last week to talk about some general training issues. As mentioned earlier, we worked on the Dollar General matter. There's some ongoing litigation we worked on. There's some zoning matters where we will be filing legal briefs in the coming month. Specifically, there's a case before the zoning hearing board regarding the validity of an ordinance that's similar to a prior case that's in front of the zoning board right now. Is this turned on? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. So there's there'll be a brief filed in one of the South Point zoning cases. There'll be a brief filed this month also in a matter involving the Crown Tower. There was an appeal filed by a resident, and that matter is in court as well. And we met with Mr. Deiseroth and Mr. Bosley and developer Floor McConnell's Trails regarding some property issues regarding that plan that we'll be working on dedicating the roadways and the bridge over the trail. And that's the end of the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. I might mention that we hear a lot of things about there's a lot of litigation in the township. But the fact is, we've never sued anybody. We get sued a lot, but we make decisions here by ordinance or by the MPC or by the second class township code, if somebody doesn't agree with our decision, we get sued. If we approve it, someone who doesn't like that person having it done, they sue, and take an appeal on it. So it seems like there are a lot of litigations, but, you know, it's just, you have to defend yourself. Eric?
Just briefly, some old business to update. I guess the new district